Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you've had a great week. Today, I want to talk to you about art as legacy. It's a bit different of a concept, but yesterday I went for a beautiful drive up to Meechin Creek Falls, and it was a stunning day and one of those moments that reminds me why I live where I do. It's so stunning here in the East Kootenays. I'm truly blessed to live here. And as I drove all the way up to the falls and past St. Mary's Lake, all the way along the road and up Hellroaring, I had painted so many of the scenes on the way there. For the past 25 years, I've been painting in this area, and I couldn't get over how intimate I know those mountains and those particular trees. There was one grouping of trees right at St. Mary's Lake, and I painted those trees probably in 1998, and they're still standing there. I remember pulling over at the side of the road and painting one view. It's shocking how much of that is out in the world now for me. I've literally painted Meechin Creek Falls dozens of times. The actual falls with views. I posted photos of some of my past Meechin Creek Falls in my Instagram post from yesterday, so please check that out. It was really quite fascinating to ponder how all those paintings are now out in the world, and they're going to live on a lot longer than I will, at least because they're oil paints. They will have a longevity to them, and hopefully people will continue to enjoy them for a very, very long time. So that's how I came upon this idea for today's 10-Minute Monday about art being a legacy. It is something we will be leaving behind. It will outlive us, hopefully. And it doesn't matter if you are a professional painter or if you're a hobby painter or if you just like to doodle in a sketchbook. It does not matter. You are leaving a part of yourself on that canvas or on that paper. And it's an important thing to remember that, we were here. We were here and we painted or wrote or sketched. It's a piece of us that we are leaving behind. One of my mom's dear friends, I probably have told this story before, but one of my mom's dearest friends was a professional painter before, and they were hanging out together before I was born. And one day he was at my mom's house waiting for her to get home from work, and he went out into the garage and picked up a piece of plywood and did an oil painting while he waited for her to get home. And that painting still hangs in my living room. My mom is now passed away, and yet that painting from her friend Fane, who I never met, is still hanging in my room, and I've had that hanging on the wall of my home my whole life. I have my mentor's paintings hanging on my wall. I have paintings from my friends. I have paintings from my colleagues who I've gotten to know through the years. Art is something that's very important, and the art I purchase, the art I hang on my wall says a lot about me as well as the artist who painted them. So that is a legacy. That painting that from my mom's friend Fane that hangs on our living room wall will hopefully be passed down after I'm long gone. And it is a legacy to my mom and to Fane, the man who painted it. And now it's a legacy for me to have. My mentors passed on their paintings, but they also passed on their knowledge to me. So I have the very good fortune of also passing on the knowledge that I have to my students. And then that goes on, the circle of life. The circle of life. It continues. And these are things that are really, really important in today's world. Life is short, moments are precious, and we have to be careful where we spend our time and make sure we're spending it in places that bring us joy and happiness. Right? It's short, life is short. But as I went on that trip yesterday, I couldn't help but ponder the memories that came flooding back to me. And majority of the memories were all of paintings and who I was with when I painted them. Some were done on trips with my mom. Some were done on trips with my art friend Jeanette, her and I used to go out on painting on location trips all the time. And they were always adventures, which is a fun thing. I'm really glad I wasn't painting out on location yesterday because the mosquitoes were atrocious. But it wouldn't be the first time I'd been almost eaten alive. But yeah, aren't we lucky to be artists and to be able to leave a legacy like that? So many canvases. I'm not quite sure how many canvases I've painted, but I can tell you now I've painted dozens of paintings in Legion Creek Falls, all at different times and all in different interpretations. And I really hope you can hear me today because I forgot to plug in my microphone. I'm sitting outside in the gorgeous sunny afternoon, not too hot here. And I hope you can see the poppies that are blooming over here. Ooh, there, see the poppies? I got beautiful poppies in bloom. Some lupins are in bloom today. I always turn the camera the wrong way. Look at those lupins. There we go. It's a lovely day in Kimberley. So blessed. So yeah, and I want you to remember that even if you are not a professional painter, you are still leaving a legacy for your grandchildren, for your children, and for everyone that gets to enjoy those paintings that you are producing. Do not forget the power that is in your art. You are putting a bit of your energy and who you are onto those canvases. So I'm not just talking about leaving a legacy for us that are actively pursuing this as a career. I am talking to every single person that ever picks up a paintbrush or a pencil or a crayon or anything and creates art. This is about you and you leaving a part of yourself for others to enjoy. We get the benefit of enjoying it while we create, and then we get the benefit of just letting it go, and the art takes on a life of its own after that, you know? So just enjoy, and I really hope you can hear me today. And you know, it is Mastrius is doing a art show coming up, and it's called Captured Moments, and I thought those words were really, really great because they are captured moments. Every canvas that we produce, not everyone, but for me specifically, they are moments from trips that I've taken. And they have memories attached to them, and emotion attached to them, and stories attached to them. And when I look at those past paintings, I remember all those moments. And when I drive past those mountains or the waterfall, I remember those moments. And how fortunate am I to be able to capture those moments on a canvas. Wow, how blessed. So yeah, it is. We are leaving a legacy behind, and it's important to remember that. Not necessarily when you're painting. I want you to be in the moment, not thinking about the future. But today, I'm pondering that. What do you think about it? As I say, while I'm painting, I'm not thinking about my legacy. That's not something that enters my head very often, but it sure did yesterday when I took this road trip and recalled all those paintings that I've done through the decades. Wow, it was kind of an interesting thought, so I'm wondering what you think about it. Let me know and get back to me. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you at this time next week. And if there's something you would like me to talk about in next week's 10-Minute Monday, you just drop me a note and let me know if you've got any burning questions. All right, have a good one, and bye for now.